Now let's start with the surface tool. The first thing we need to do after opening up the Solidworks software, you need to activate the surface tool. So right click on top of the ribbon, you will see this option called tabs. If you select the option called surfaces, you will see a new tab has appeared here, which is called the surfaces. Now you have access to the surface tool. The first thing that we are going to explore is the extrude surface option. So let's go to the sketch and let's create a new sketch on the front plane. Let's create a curve for this example. Let's say this is the curve that we will be working on. Now let's go to the surfaces, click the extrude surface and select the curve, and you will see it has created a surface. As I mentioned before, a surface is a zero thickness parameter. So this surface you're seeing has no thickness at all. On the left side property manager, we will see a few options. So let's say by the default, it will do a blind and you can assign how long you want the surface to be. Let's say for this example, let's make it 100 millimeters. Click OK, and now you have created a surface. Let's edit the options for the surface. Let's select the parameter again, right click on it and select the edit feature. Now we have quite a few options here. So we can select the direction of the surface that being extruded by clicking on this reverse direction button. It will change the direction. Or in the blind option, we can select, let's say, a mid plane. In that case, the the spline that you have created will act as the midpoint and it will be extended in both the sides. We can also select the other options called up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface, or up to body. Okay. Um, let's create a few examples for those. Okay. So let's say for the moment, let's delete this one. Now let's create a new plane. Say from the same plane, let's take a plane which is, let's say, 100 millimeters away. And on this plane, what we can do is, let's say, let's create a rectangle. Can be any arbitrary for the moment. So let's say we have created something. Okay, so now we'll try to play around with this surface. Let's hide this for the moment. Okay, go to the surface, select the extrude surface and select the sketch for which you want to create the extrusion. Now let's go to up to vertex. You can select one of the vertices on the solid object you have created and you will see it has extended till that point. Okay, next we can select up to surface. Let's say this surface. Oh no, for example, let's make it this surface. You will see it has extended till that point, right? Okay, next we can select offset from a surface. Offset from a surface means whichever surface we're going to select, it will have a distance from that point. So let's see if we select this surface and give it, let's say, 20 millimeters. The distance from this surface till that it extends will be 20 millimeters. So as you can see, it has kept that distance of 20 millimeters. Let's say you want it to extend 20 millimeters after this surface. All you need to do is select this option called reverse offset and it will create such. Let's say we go to the blind point, which is this, and you want to create also an draft. So if you select the draft, you will see, as you can see here, as the angle change, a drafting angle is also being created. So you can do multiple things in this one. Even you can go onto a second direction. Let's say on this one you're creating a draft angle, but maybe on this one you want to keep it straight, or maybe an outward draft for this one. So different draft angles will be can be changed, and that's how you use the extend surface.
Now that we have done this, let's do one more example where we can combine different patterns. So first of all, let's delete all this. Okay, we don't need these two sketches also. Let's edit the beginning one that we had. Okay, so this one. Now let's say we have another design, let's say a slot, and what we want to do is get a complex design, or our interest is only within this region here, and we don't want to have or just want to delete the other portions of it. This is pretty easy. In this case, if we go to the surface, select extrude surface, initially it will try to extrude everything you have here, but you have the option to select any of the portions as you move your cursor. So let's say we select this portion of it. You will see it is only extending that portions of it. If you select that edge that was extending it, you will see it is extending the surface on this region plus the extended portion as you have selected on the selection region. So let's say we don't want this extension, so we again select it, and now we have the selected region. Click OK, and now you have your complex surface. In many designs, when you are working with complex objects, we might want to unite different shaped sketches to create this type of complex surfaces.